Now, our fourth outlaw is an overloaded circuit. Now, this generally is caused by too many electrical high draw items plugged in and running at the same time. Now, an example of this might be a space heater and that cooler room that everybody seems to have in their home. Maybe a window or portable air conditioner found in most bedrooms and living areas if you don't have central air. Or maybe it's a through-wall air conditioner. But does that through-wall air conditioner have a dedicated circuit, or is it on the same breaker as the rest of that room? Now, blow dryers use a ton of power. Now, do you stand there and blow dry your hair in the bathroom, or are you back in that bedroom with the blow dryer on the same circuit as the AC trying to cool off? Microwaves also draw a ton of power. Many municipalities are now requiring newer homes or renovated homes to have a separate breaker for this over-the-range microwave. Now, does your lost location have that? I know my first house certainly didn't. And counter microwaves are also plugged into those same countertop outlets that your laptops and other things are plugged into. Again, usually they have their own circuits and outlets to protect those from your next potential loss. Now, this might also be caused by incorrect sizing of the wired and the paired fuses. The wire running in the wall might be rated for 15 amps, and hopefully at the start of that wire is a correctly paired 15 amp breaker like this one here. But it is possible to install the wrong breaker in the panel. They do sell 40 amp single pole breakers, and it is mechanically possible to connect that to a 15 amp wire. Now, whoever is making that connection is setting this circuit up for potential disaster. Now, that breaker could allow 40 amps to flow through that wire, which definitely cannot handle that load. Now, switching breakers is not really a beginner or DIYer project, but glass fuses most certainly are. So if you've got one of these old fuse panels, you really need to pay attention to which fuses have which rating. If you don't know what you're doing, you could easily screw in a 20, 30, or 40 amp glass fuse into a 15 amp rated circuit. Now, the signatures for overloaded circuits are going to be things like heat, all right? And we're not talking about at the connection point specifically, we're talking about the entire length of wire. Now, this excessive heat will lead ultimately to melted wire insulation, which can be dangerous to surrounding materials. I think you can start to see a trend here. Now, our tip for you in identifying possible overload circuits would be to ask things like, have you ever noticed any breakers tripping repeatedly lately? This is a clear sign that something is potentially wrong. These overload investigations may require a detailed look at the electrical panel and the wiring of the home. And this is where your expert will help identify a potentially dangerous wiring condition, something we might also possibly see in one of our claim scenarios.